Hello guys and welcome back to Starting Out Solitary. My name is Amanda and this week we are talking about Imbolc. Imbolc, Candlemas, and St. Bridget's Day are all the same thing. Candlemas and St. Bridget's Day is actually from the Christian faith and that conversion over. This time of year, I would say, how I'm going to talk about this is how I reflected on this time of year, because this, as you guys know, this year I wanted to get more in depth with the Sabbats and start connecting more with the cycles of the year and stuff like that. So that's pretty much how my point of view is going to come across, is how I experienced it, and I'm not going to try versing too much in the book. Okay, so to start that with that, this year is the beginning of spring. In the Celtic path, it's also called the lambing season, or Imbolc. I think it's Imbolc, means ewe's milk, which is a mother sheep, is what a ewe is, for all people that do not know. So this is the lambing season. This is the beginning of spring, the coming back of the sun, and the sun regaining its full power, because we were just in the dark season and the sun wasn't as predominant. So this year what I did is I lit a whole bunch of candles on Imbolc Eve. So that was the first, because Imbolc was on the second, or also Groundhog's Day. So that's what happened here. So what I did is I lit a whole bunch of candles and like fire safe glass and stuff like that, and what I did is I had them lit, and I had my shades opened in all the rooms that I had the candles in, so they would burn until the morning when the sun rose, and I was up at the crack of dawn to put them out and stuff like that. But so that's how I went about doing that. And why I did that was, it was pretty much like lighting candles to give energy back to the sun, to welcome it back into its full power, because that's what the sun is doing, is regaining its power during this time of year. I also felt like this time of year, like, I really resonated, like, when I knew it was coming, like, before I even looked at the calendar, I, like, knew it was coming. I could just feel that energy surge of the wheel turning. Like, I knew there was a change coming. I knew we were coming out of the dark and we were beginning the light, and that's what was going on. And I thought that was actually really awesome, that I actually took the time and sat down and felt the change and noticed the change and stuff like that. And I've been trying to be more mindful and more predominant in watching what's going around me, instead of being so oblivious and just rushing through my day and stuff like that, and I'm actually stopping to see what's going on. So being at the beginning of spring, I would say your colors would be, I would say this time of year is really metallic-y and stuff like that. That's what I would pick for colors and stuff like that, like the metallic greens and purples and stuff like that, just to have that, like, that glistening shine. And that also, like, represents, that to me would represent, like, the dew on, like, the grass and stuff like that, so it would be the dew kind of like on the color. So that's kind of how I see it as. Also, during this time, this is a really big day for Bridget, and Bridget is a Celtic god. I'm not exactly sure what culture from the Celtics, the Celts that she's from. I do not remember that off the top of my head, because I am not currently studying her at the moment. But I know that you can make the Bridget's cross. You can make corn dollies for this time, and also have like acorns and nuts and stuff gathered from the previous season. Actually, you could probably go get them now, and pine cones and stuff, and that could be a really good offertory thing, because I know that some trees are still dropping those for the harvest, and those are also pretty much seeds, like especially acorns. There's seeds for the new year. Also, what I would do, because I actually have a little garden that goes out on my patio, I actually, for the full moon, I didn't do it on Candlemas, or on Imbolc Candlemas. I didn't actually put them out, but the seeds for the new following full moon, I would put those out to bless them for the new year, to make sure they have a bountiful harvest and stuff like that. I didn't actually have seeds this year, but I know that that would have been a really good idea, because I just totally had that pop in my head and was like, oh shoot, I should have done that. But I'll probably do that the next full moon, since I just thought of it and it sounds like a great idea. But anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you, and I'm totally rambling in this video, but I really need to get going. So, till next time, you guys. Blessed be.